The time by Carrie Chris is 6 p.m. Time for CBX Business News. The business news headlines is brought to you by CBX Wealth Management, making more possible.
Jamaica braces for Melissa, Dominican Republic underwater, and Trump pardons CZ. Good evening and welcome to CBX Business News for Thursday, October 23, 2025. I'm Rochelle Moncrief. Thanks for joining us. Coming up in the newscast, locally, Jamaica under tropical storm warning as Melissa intensifies, hurricane watch issued. On the regional front, the Dominican Republic faces operational shutdowns and utility disruptions as Melissa dumps torrential rain. And over on the global stage, U.S. President Donald Trump pardons Binance founder CZ, rattling global crypto regulation. Stay tuned as we unpack these stories and more right after the
Wealth is not simply counted in dollars or cents, but in the time we spend with love, in love, giving love. Wealth is not simply a means to an end. It is the means to live out loud. Wealth is more than money. It's about family, the memories you create, the legacy you leave behind, and your ability to enjoy life in the moment. It's also about seeing the QMAX possibilities and seizing investment opportunities to achieve the future you want and deserve. Which is why QMAX Wealth will focus on your investments so you can experience more. Because true wealth is truly more. To start investing today, call 876-926-7767.
The local news is brought to you by Derriman Trading, better from the start. Development Bank of Jamaica, facilitating economic growth and development. Caribbean flavors and fragrances, tease the senses, and Pulse Investments.
Welcome back to CBX Business News. We begin this evening with another major weather alert for Jamaica's business community. Tropical storm Melissa has intensified overnight, forcing authorities to upgrade the island's storm watch to a tropical storm warning and issue a hurricane watch as the system inches closer to the island. At 10 a.m. this morning, the system was located about 193 miles south-southeast of Morant Point, or 220 miles southeast of Kingston, drifting north-northwest at just 2 miles per hour. Manager of the Weather Services at the Meteorological Service of Jamaica, Rohan Brown, says Melissa is expected to approach Jamaica's vicinity before turning westward this weekend, passing south of the island.
As of 10 a.m., the center of Tropical Storm Melissa was located near latitude 15.5 degrees north, 74.9 degrees west, or about 215 miles southeast of Kingston, Jamaica. The system is moving slowly towards the northeast near 7 kilometers per hour, and maximum sustained winds are up to 75 kilometers per hour with higher gusts. Now, we have gone from a tropical storm watch to a warning because tropical storm conditions are likely within 36 hours within the Jamaica area. And we have also gone to a hurricane watch because hurricane conditions of 119 kilometers or more in terms of wind speed are likely over Jamaica over the next 48 hours.
The Meteorological Service is warning marine operators to exercise extreme caution.
Marine interests should expect widespread showers and thunderstorms accompanied by tropical storm force winds today and continuing into the weekend. Winds reaching hurricane strength are likely on Saturday, particularly over southern and eastern offshore areas. And of course, we're advising that all marine operators, including fishers on the quays and banks, should have by now be in port, and we're urging them to complete their necessary safety precautions without delay.
Manager of Weather Services at the Meteorological Service of Jamaica, Rohan Brown. With Tropical Storm Melissa inching closer to Jamaica, the island's main power utility, Jamaica Public Service JPS, is activating what it calls a game-changing storm response plan aimed at protecting critical infrastructure and cutting restoration time. For the first time, JPS has pre-positioned 60 additional line workers from regional utilities to boost its workforce by roughly 30%. The company says the approach allows it to hit the ground running once conditions are safe rather than waiting for damage assessments after the storm. At the heart of the plan is a new incident command structure, which creates a direct liaison with parish councils, disaster agencies, telecoms, and water sector. This is designed to streamline decision-making and coordinate priorities across sectors, from power restoration to emergency services. JPS says over 7,000 kilometers of power lines have already been cleared of trees and vegetation this year, well ahead of target as part of its resilience strategy. While the utility is warning of likely outages due to saturated ground and heavy winds, it says its resources are in place, its teams are on standby, and its focus remains on restoring power quickly, safely, and transparently. Meanwhile, the JPS is warning that electricity bills could come under upward pressure in the wake of the approaching storm due to disruptions to the country's fuel supply mix and renewable energy generation. Earlier this year, JPS rolled out 100% smart meters, which they say have significantly improved their ability to monitor consumption in real time. However, President and CEO Hugh Grant says despite that technological upgrade, the company is now facing a shift in its energy mix as adverse weather forces the demobilization of the floating storage regasification unit.
In full transparency, I will say some of the potential pressures that a bill has is based on the change in the fuel mix that we have during storms. So what that means for us then is units that are able to burn the alternate diesel oil, those units will burn alternate diesel oil. The reality is that's a more pricey commodity than liquefied natural gas, so that could potentially have upward pressures on the bill. In addition to the reality that now that you have some of the more efficient combined cycle units that are unavailable who would burn gas, you're now burning less efficient units that burn heavy fuel oil, and that could also have upward pressures on the bill.
Compounding the issue, JPS explained that during hurricanes, solar and wind output can fall by more than 80%, forcing heavier reliance on fossil fuel units that are less efficient.
The other thing that happens in a hurricane is that the renewable energy, wind and solar, are significantly curtailed. Curtailment in the order of over 80%. Therefore, in terms of the availability of that, you're talking about less than 20%. So in Jamaica, we have just over 50 megawatts of solar. The expected output during a hurricane, given the cloud cover, is pretty much zero or a little bit above that. So you now are going to have to be running other units that's burning fossil fuel to offset that to meet the customer demand and also ensure you have system stability and not a shutdown.
That was President and CEO of JPS, Hugh Grant. Meanwhile, telecoms provider Flow Jamaica is moving to protect customers and keep critical services online while assuring the public of accurate billing and strong infrastructure readiness. Vice President and General Manager at Flow, Stephen Price, says the company will be pausing service disconnections island-wide during the storm period to ensure Jamaicans maintain connectivity when it matters most.
Right now at this point, our bills are accurate. We encourage you to pay your bills, as that's how we do our things, right? And we're going to say to you that we're going to be pausing disconnections over the period of the storm and watch, just to make sure that everybody has access.
That was Vice President and General Manager at Flow, Stephen Price. Digicel, the country's other telecoms giant, is assuring customers that they will not face unfair or excessive charges in the wake of the storm. Public Relations Manager Brittany Clark says the company is committed to reviewing all accounts impacted by service disruptions and will apply credits or write-offs where necessary.
During our weather events, any natural disaster, safety and connectivity are our priorities as telecoms providers. So it's always ensuring that we do the necessary assessments, especially post-storm, to ensure that our customers are treated fairly. So, we don't want to see any exorbitant bills, especially where there are prolonged service disruptions. So while our billing systems will continue, as Mr. Price would have said, of course, we do want to ensure that we review and make any necessary adjustments and credits where necessary. So if we have to provide any write-offs, any credits towards the bill payments, etc., we will implement those measures where necessary.
That was Public Relations Manager at Digicel, Jamaica, Brittany Clark. And Minister of Tourism Edmund Bartlett is calling on the sector to brace for potential impacts by ramping up preparedness and coordination across the tourism network. The Tourism Ministry has officially activated its Tourism Emergency Operations Center, TEOC. The center, housed at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel, came online at 10 a.m. on Thursday, enabling real-time coordination between the Ministry, Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, Meteorological Service of Jamaica, and key industry stakeholders. Minister Bartlett noted that the sector's resilience is once again being tested, but pointed to Jamaica's track record of swift, organized responses to crisis. Preparedness is the foundation of recovery, he reiterated, urging hoteliers, tour operators, and transport providers to remain vigilant and prioritize safety. The ministry is urging visitors and tourism workers to monitor official advisories as weather conditions evolve and to follow guidance from emergency management officials.
And it's time for Market Education Feature, brought to you by CARICRIS, Regional Ratings, Global Standard.
In today's Market Education Feature, we're defining the term sales channel. A sales channel is the method a business uses to sell its products or services. Some companies rely on one channel, like third-party retailers, while others use multiple channels to reach more customers. There are many types of sales channels, but the top three are e-commerce, retail, and social media. E-commerce includes platforms like Shopify, Amazon, and Shein. Retail involves selling through physical stores. Social media platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, and X are increasingly used to promote and sell products directly to consumers.
The Market Education Feature was brought to you by CARICRIS, Regional Ratings, Global Standards.
And that's it for the local news segment. Please stay with us. The regional news is up next.
The local news is brought to you by Diamond Trading, better from the start. Development Bank of Jamaica, facilitating economic growth and development. Caribbean flavors and fragrances tease the senses and pulse investments.
Okay, I just sent the money. I'll WhatsApp you the tracking number.
Thanks, Daddy. I can't wait to buy that PS5.
Listen to me. Your birthday money is not just for spending. Remember what I told your mom? Remember to open the bank account immediately after collecting the money. Your mom has her ID, TRN, proof of address, proof of income, and your school ID.
I'm not an adult yet, so Mommy will have to open the account with me.
Yes. Anyways, I'm headed back to work, so call me later. I love you guys.
This financial literacy tip is brought to you by Bank of Jamaica, promoting financial inclusion. For more information, visit our BOJ Real Talk playlist on our YouTube channel.
Welcome back. And now for the regional business news. The Dominican Republic is already feeling the business impact of Tropical Storm Melissa, as heavy rainfall, utility outages, and mass closures ripple through the economy. Government offices, non-essential private businesses, and schools in 9 provinces were ordered closed to allow for precautionary measures and evacuations. More than 500,000 water customers are reported to be without service after dozens of water supply systems failed as the storm's outer bands moved in. In the capital, Santo Domingo, traffic disruptions and downed traffic light underscored the physical infrastructure vulnerabilities as businesses prepare for potential flooding. The broader impact on business operations is already being felt, with major institutions shut, thousands of workers are idle, supply chains may face delays, and local retail and services sectors are operating under reduced capacity. Utility disruptions compound the risk for manufacturing and export-oriented businesses, which depend on consistent power and water. While no large-scale flight groundings have been publicly confirmed at this time, the continuing closures, infrastructure strain, and fluid storm path raise serious concerns for tourism, export logistics, and foreign investment in vulnerable provinces. The economic outlook in Haiti is under pressure as Tropical Storm Melissa advances and threatens heavy rainfall in a country already coping with fragile infrastructure. Forecasters warn that southern Haiti may receive 5 to 10 inches of rain over the next few days, raising concerns for flash floods and landslides. With a hurricane watch now in effect for southern Haiti, business leaders and government officials are on standby for disruption. Given Haiti's known vulnerabilities, erosion-prone hillsides, weak transportation links, and limited resilience in utilities, the storm threatens to further impair supply chains, damage agricultural production, and force business closures as the staff become unable to travel or work safely. At present, there are no widespread reports of airport or flight shutdowns, but water system failures, infrastructure strain, and the looming risk of severe weather mean operations in many sectors will face elevated risk. In other news, Bermuda's job market expanded by 1.8% in 2024, adding 585 jobs and pushing total employment to 33,451. The figures come from the 2025 Bermuda Job Market Economic Groups, which are based on the 2024 Employment Survey. Economy and Labor Minister Jason Hayward says 13 of 19 industrial sectors recorded job gains, reflecting broad-based growth across the economy.
The increase in jobs field reflects positively on Bermuda's economic landscape, and growth prospects, while also highlighting the need to continue to build upon progress. Key findings from the 2023-2024 comparison shows that 13 out of 19 industrial sectors reported job expansion, highlighting diversified economic growth.
Minister Hayward says the data points to targeted areas driving this momentum.
The top 3 industrial sectors for growth were the administrative and support services sector, which recorded a 7% increase, adding 124 jobs, and now stands at 1,903. The international business activities sector recorded a 2.3% rise, adding 113 jobs, totaling 5,040. And the human health and social work sector saw a 4.3% increase, adding 109 jobs for a total of 2,647. While more Bermudians were working in 2024 compared to 2023, Bermuda's aging population and low unemployment rate led to modest Bermudian job growth.
That was Bermuda's Economy and Labor Minister Jason Hayward. It's now time for news from the Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange. Overall market activity resulted from trading in 18 securities, of which 6 advanced, 5 declined, and 7 traded firm. Today's winners are L.J. Williams B, Trinidad Cement, A.S. Bryden and Sons Holdings, 6%, Class A preference shares, and CIBC Caribbean Bank, while leading the losers are Trinidad and Tobago NGL, A.S. Bryden and Sons Holdings, the West Indian Tobacco Company, and First Citizens Group Financial Holdings. Trading activity resulted in the following movements. The All-TNT Index declined by 3.91 points to close at 1,405.65. The Composite Index advanced by 1.22 points to close at 971.34. The Cross-Listed Index advanced by 0.96 points to close at 70.89. The SME Index remained at 99.17. And we take a short break, but please do stay with us. The international news segment is up next.
It's feeling so good right now. Feeling so good right now. Yeah, yeah. It's feeling so good right now. Feeling so good right now. Yeah, yeah. It's feeling so good right now. Don't never ever ever wanna calm down. No, no, no. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
In international news, U.S. President Donald Trump has issued a presidential pardon for Changpeng Zhao, founder of Binance, months after his guilty plea to violating anti-money laundering laws. The White House framed the decision as ending what it called a war on crypto, but critics say it raises concerns about political influence over financial enforcement. Zhao had served a short prison sentence following Binance's record US $4.3 billion settlement with US authorities. Market watchers say the pardon could signal a more permissive regulatory era for digital assets. But legal questions remain. The pardon clears Zhao personally, but does not erase ongoing regulatory scrutiny of Binance's global operations. We move from a White House pardon making waves in global finance to a courtroom in London where Apple just faced a historic loss. Apple Incorporated suffered a major legal blow after the Competition Appeal Tribunal ruled it abused its dominant position by charging app developers an excessive and unfair 30% commission through its App Store. The class action, brought on behalf of roughly 20 million UK iPhone and iPad users by Rachel Kent, is valued at up to £1.5 billion. The tribunal found Apple unfairly shut out competition in app distribution. Damages will be determined at a separate hearing next month. Apple plans to appeal, saying the ruling overlooks how the App Store benefits developers and consumers. The case is the first of its kind under Britain's new class action framework, setting a major precedent. Now to the aviation sector, where pricing power is back in focus for one of America's biggest airlines. American Airlines has raised its 2025 profit forecast after industry-wide capacity cuts helped restore ticket pricing power. The carrier now expects full-year earnings between 65 cents and 95 cents a share, up sharply from earlier projections. Third-quarter losses were smaller than expected at 17 cents a share, and total revenue slightly topped forecast at $13.69 billion. Premium travel continues to drive performance, with the airline expanding luxury seating nearly twice as fast as the main cabin to compete with rivals United Airlines and Delta Airlines. The company also announced Nathaniel Piper as its new chief commercial officer. And finally this evening, Tesla's once unstoppable rally is hitting some speed bumps. Shares of Tesla fell 3% after third-quarter earnings came in below Wall Street expectations, despite a return to year-over-year sales growth. CEO Elon Musk used the earnings call to champion Tesla's AI ambitions, including its Optimus robots and robot taxi program, but investors appear focused on near-term profitability. Analysts remain split. Wedbush Securities maintains a $600 price target, citing Tesla's AI pivot, while JP Morgan Chase and Company remain cautious with a $150 target, pointing to rising costs. All eyes now turn to an upcoming shareholder vote on Musk's massive new pay package, a key moment for the company's leadership and strategy. And that's it for the international segment of the newscast. The news recap is coming up on the other.
Caribbean Flavors and Fragrances Limited has been a part of Jamaica's manufacturing landscape for over 20 years. By crafting unique flavors and fragrances, we have become a part of your favorite household and food items such as beverages, ice cream, household cleaners, and much more. Known throughout the Caribbean for the highest quality, we continue to innovate with strong leadership, a dedicated team with integrity. We go the extra mile for our customers. Create the next taste sensation. Contact us at 876-9235-111 or visit our website, Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn pages.
And now to recap our top stories. In the local news, Jamaica under tropical storm warning as Melissa intensifies, hurricane watch issued. Regionally, Dominican Republic faces operational shutdown and utility disruption as Melissa dumps rain. And internationally, Trump pardons Binance founder CZ, rattling crypto regulation. Those were the stories making today's CBX Evening News. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Rochelle Moncrief. Thanks for watching CBX, your region, your business, your source.